Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Hi, Prasad. Good morning. Good morning, Ruhi. Hi, Shrutika. Hi, Maheli. Good morning. Hello, Tejasri. Hi, Hemlata. All right. So, how is everyone doing? All good? Great. Let's just wait for a minute for others to join in if there's more people to join. I see 21 students in the participant list. So, while we do that, can I get a status update on your assignment submissions? Okay, Vanita is saying my voice is echoing. How about others? Can you guys hear me properly? It's unlikely it will echo because I'm using a microphone. I was constantly facing problem logging in. Ruhi, problem logging in to the LMS account. Okay, Shubhang can't hear me. Can others hear me? Please confirm if you can hear me properly. Excuse me. Okay. Neha is saying you couldn't complete the quiz as the check button was not activated. Uh-huh. Thanks for letting me know. Let me check on that. Okay, so guys, I'm going to ask you guys to say that again. So because there were other chats in the in between, I'm just so please avoid other pings right now. I'm just going to ask whoever has completed week one assignment. Can you just type yes so that I can record that? Okay, Prasang, Meheli, Vanita, Nivya. I see attendee 6. Who is that? I don't know the name. Rohit. Okay. Shubham, Nikhil, Swaraj. Okay, who else? Is that all? Maumita has not completed. Syed. Okay. Tejasri. Anyone else who has completed? Okay. Syed. So guys, who is not Vanita, you are facing a voice echo issue. Okay, I don't hear others saying the same. Are you using a microphone, I mean, earphone to hear? Okay, so can you call the Data with their tech support team? Do you have the number? It's there in your email, the tech support team number. Please call them, check with them because I think it's a localized issue because others are not facing the same. Okay, now before we start, I just want to know the reason why others could not complete the assignment. Is it with regard to something you didn't understand or is it the lack of time or something else? Can you please mention that, Maumita? Tejasri. Okay, office work. Okay, so please kindly find time. Tejasri, how about you? Syed, Hemlata, work. Okay. I just could get around doing it. I will aim to do. Okay, so it's a time constraint, Hemlata. Nothing to do with not understanding the topic. What do you mean by lost track of assignment, Tejasri? Slipped out of your mind, or okay? So Syed, you were traveling. That's why. Okay. Disha, did you complete the assignment? I have two Facebook pages. They are based on my interest, not any business. It is recommended that for the purpose of assignment, it will be better if you can make it uh, with respect to a business. See, a lot of people try to use their blogging page, something they have created. But what happens is, like, for example, this week's assignment will be to further think in terms of marketing. So then there'll be more ways in which you can think about content strategy if it's about a product or service, a business. Okay, Disha. So as long as you can be creative and you find a way to do that for your page, you can do it. I don't say you can't, but it'll be easier if you make it a business page. Okay. Okay. All right. Mm. So Ruhi and Neha, you are having issues logging in, no? Neha had issue with the quiz button, but have you completed the assignment otherwise? The task? Okay, Ruhi, you couldn't. So I would recommend Ruhi, I will also put in a word, but just write your course coordinator about the issue you're facing. Ideally, I don't think there is an issue with the LMS. Okay, good. Okay, you checked in incognito, it's working. Okay, so I can see that 10 of you confirmed that you have completed the assignment and 7 have not, which makes it 17. We have 24 here. So how about others? Wait a minute, Shamshir. Let me just get a complete idea of the assignment submission, then we will proceed. Kunwar, you have completed. Okay. 11 plus 7, 18. How about 6 more people? So I will just read out the names, what I have now. So others who may have joined in between, if you feel that you have not mentioned your status of assignment submission, please let me know. Okay. Week 1 assignments completed. Prasang, Meheli, Vanita, Nivya, Rohit, Shubhang, Nikhil, Swaraj, Disha, Akash, and Kunwar. Yet to complete Maumita, Tejasri, Syed, Hemlata, Ruhi, Neha, Vikas. Right? Okay, Faisal. Facing problems in the understanding, generating ideas for the same. Okay, so if you are facing an issue understanding the assignment, we can discuss that, Shrutika. No issues. Okay, today when we are discussing week 2 assignment, I'll clarify whatever doubt you have. All right. Okay. Faisal, any reason why you could not submit? And Vikas, how about you? Is it because you are having understanding issue of what to do, or is it with regard to time constraint? I will do that, Tejasri. We'll be looking at the assignment today during the last 15 minutes. At that time, we will. Okay. Okay, you are traveling. Okay, so you can make up for it this week, right? No issues. How about you, Faisal? Work commitments. Okay, fine. All right. Thank you guys for updating the assignment submission status. I'll be doing this at the start of class every week. So whoever is having any issues, please share and try to make up for it by next week. Okay. On that note, let us start. Shamshir, you wanted to ask something? Yes. Um, Rohit, right? Attendee 6. I'm sorry, I'm not able to see your name. I can see only your attendee 6 written. If you can update your name, it will be easier for me to remember. Uh, Assignment feedback is shared by another team called the training assessment team. So if you submit within a week or so, they will reply to you. If you need any further clarification on any feedback they have given, please feel free to share with me. Okay. Otherwise, I do not personally look at your assignment. So before doing assignment, if you have a doubt understanding it, you can let me know. Or after that, also you can let me know about concepts. Okay. Right. So we will continue with from where we left off last week. We were looking at different case studies. Yeah. And this, I think you have seen this one, right? About the beaches. Okay, Shamshir, you were not informed that there was a session happening last week. I see. Okay, sorry about that. I will inform the course coordinator. This happened. Who is your course coordinator? Okay, I will check. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now let us quickly go through the rest of the case studies. So we were looking at what are the I'll just quickly refresh what we were looking at here. In this set, we were looking at what are the examples of engaging uh, content case studies, right? How different brands have used the best practices that we were discussing earlier to create content that worked out well for them. And first, we looked at how to create content that are more relatable and fun, right? It need not directly market your product or service, but they are more relatable to any of that. So we looked at the example which of Zomato. Then we looked at some examples of uh, fun and humorous content that people can relate to, and we were looking at the brand Happily Unmarried. Yeah. And then we were looking at how to create content that are topical about current happenings. So Amul is very well known for it. A lot of other companies do the same these days. Then general content like an Independence Day or a festival, things like that, or a day like a Women's Day. This is very commonly people create content, or like something as ordinary as the feeling that you have when you have to go back to work on a Monday morning, or this, in this case of a leap year being a Monday. And then we were looking at some examples of informative content that are meant to be educative, to share certain information, but how to make it more attractive and creative and catchy. So we looked at the example from Ixigo where they are creating content about unusual beaches. And a lot of people connect to it because of the very unique kind of beaches that are shared in this particular video, which are not very well aware of by most. Once that ad became a viral ad, they created similar content by coming up with world's most unusual hotels, world's coolest taxis, and things like that. Then we also looked at an example of something as simple as promoting a t-shirt. how to fold a t-shirt, which was the most shared video on Facebook in 2017. So these are small educative tips, hacks, which are quite popular if you make it in a very simple manner. Or a video like how to put your baby to sleep in a few minutes. Yes, Vikas. Hi, Madan. I see that you just joined. What would have been the purpose of sharing the t-shirt video? Oh, it was an education hack. Haven't you come across videos where they tell you how to conserve space in your cupboard wardrobe by smart way of packing, clearing, all these things? I don't know if you guys are watching Netflix. There's a new series started by this Japanese lady on cleaning up, minimalistic living. So these are for many people quite popular. Yeah. So recently one of my friend posted saying her husband has started binge watching that show and expects the house to be very clean by the end of weekend. Yeah, Mary Kondo. So yeah, so these are like quite popular. People find it very good. I take sessions sometimes during my retreats, because very often people come for a 5 day retreat, packing for 2 weeks, clothes and everything. So I give them tips on how to do something we call a ranger pack, of folding it in a particular way so that you can conserve space. What would it have some business objective? No, in this case, you see the brand, it is Blossom. So could be a t-shirt brand or something like that. You don't necessarily have to market that product. It could be something around that. Remember the Zomato ad? It was just an ad about a comments a vegetarian might face in the group, company of a non-vegetarian friends. So it's, they're not promoting their app, they're not promoting, but it was something about food, something about people having dinner or a meal and their experience of it. So you could create a similar one here. And I think I shared with you an example of a recent ad by one of these what is it, the flask, the company which makes the flask where you can keep chai. Yeah, so it's not about the flask as such, but it's about her experience of how she's trying to make the husband who is an who loves chai remember her, things like that. So you can build a creative around something else. There is a very popular ad going around on Facebook, pretty long. I don't know if you have come across it, for paisabazaar.com. Any of you seen that ad? One guy is getting married. He has a brother who can't speak, and he wants him to translate what he's doing. Any of you? If not, just Google for it. It's pretty popular, viral these days. So in that entire, I think 2 minutes or so, it's a pretty long ad. Paisa Bazaar is mentioned only once, and that too in a context which they have built. Okay, so it can be that way. You don't necessarily have to directly market your product. In this case, baby destination, another product which is pertaining to infants, babies, but they are targeting the mom, that group. And what are they're making an educative video on how can you put a baby to sleep in a few minutes, which might be a pertinent issue for many people. Okay, and I think this also we saw. I share a video on this, how to speak Hyderabadi in a minute? I think we did, yeah. So once this became a super hit, they came up with for other languages how to speak Malayalam in a minute, Bengali in a minute, or Punjabi, Tamil, all these things. Yeah, and this is a very nice ad that Axis Bank came out with. Um, all of us have seen those messages which we receive about do not share your ATM pin with anyone, or nobody will call you asking for your net banking password, IPIN, things like that. So this is just a video Axis Bank made with the help of Mumbai police. The same content, same idea. Do you want to watch it? I'll just share the video link. Just try to watch it. I think it is how long?
मैं पहली बार इतना डर रहा हूँ.
It's a 1 minute video. You can watch and ping me in the group chat. Done. Nice, right? So it's the same messaging, but you can make it more attractive and catchy. So it doesn't really matter that very often the messaging that you have, you might think that it's so common and everything, but still there are ways in which you can make it more attractive and uh, share worthy for that matter. Okay. We'll also look at one video. Did I share this last time? Content that connects to you emotionally? No? Okay. This is a very nice video. All of you are aware of this brand, Practo? Practo is like almost like Gestel, but more focused on the health vertical. So you have, if you're a doctor or a physio, you can register with them and people can book them online. Yeah. So this is a video Practo made on the occasion of Mother's Day. Okay. So just watch it. I'll just share the link. I'm sharing the link in the chat because I'm using two screens on my while teaching. So there's a time lag if I play it on the other screen. So please watch this and then come back to the session. Oh, sorry, I had muted myself. So I was saying, I don't know the agency, sorry about that. And you could say that this is also a topical ad because they used the occasion of Mother's Day, which is quite popular. So it could have been relevant at the time it was released. But even outside of the context of Mother's Day, it's a good ad to watch, right? It connects to you emotionally, and it is a universal emotion. So that way, it has an evergreen effect. Similarly, there are other videos. So this is something which Wix India. So I just wanted to take a uh, quick check with all of you. Do you want to watch a few more videos, or you want me to share the link now as we discuss? The idea is for you to get a hang of how the ideas that we discussed with respect to creating a great content, which is the foundation of a social media marketing strategy, how it gets translated in the with these examples of how different brands would have done that. Okay, so we have a collection of those. You want to watch a few more before we move on? Yes. Okay, let me see a majority opinion. I'll go with that. Okay, so what I'll do is, because we have multiple case studies for the same, some of it I will share the link with you. Some you can watch. So maybe two or three more we can watch. Others I can share the link. Okay. So this is content which is to promote a cause. So I will share the link for Wix. You can watch later. Um, I don't have to share the link over email because this presentation, okay, this content is anyway taken off, so no need for that. You could watch or bookmark the next one, which is about this is Mirinda came up with this ad. Basically, this is an ad which they released around the time of annual examination. You know how people get tensed up, students. So you can bookmark it, watch it later. So this has basically nothing to do with Mirinda as a brand, but they just used the occasion of an annual exam to create, because it's a pretty long ad, 3 minutes or so. You can watch it later. Suraj, you can look at the presentation in the LMS. You will be able to watch it there also. Okay. And they used this to interview few students and few parents to promote the cause of not pressurizing the children into becoming very what to say, make themselves compare with other students and build pressure on them for exams. So just a cause they were trying to promote. Okay, look at the number of shares and all these things and the comments. That's the engagement rate. Okay, do we have to create ads like these? No, because these are mostly video ads. So I don't expect you to create ads like this because these are like done by professional marketing agencies. But what we are trying to, because before the video ads, we also showed you some image ads, right? These are just pointers for you to think on the lines of the best practices we were discussing about. How do you approach content creation on social media marketing platforms? You can approach it from the perspective of spreading information about something, making it educative. You can promote something by creating content where you don't directly promote your brand, but you focus on a cause, or making it topical, like what Practo did or Amul does most of the time, right? Or you could make it very fun and witty, humorous. So these are different ways in which you can approach content creation. So this is just to motivate you to think on those lines and come up with such content when you create, let's say, an image ad or a text ad. Not always going on a direct sell, because one of the best practices we discussed last week was, on social media people don't come to read about your product or service or to consume marketing content. They are here because they want to spend some informal time, right, connecting with friends, maybe watching something, spending something where they feel that something added to the quality of the time they spend. So you have to create a story, and through the story you also talk about your product or service. So if I were to promote my retreat on a social media platform, I will talk about, I will not talk about, okay, come join for my retreat. I will be talking about how does it add value to you? Okay, there is something coming up in Sikkim. What is Sikkim known for? What can you experience there? So build a story around that. If somebody feels motivated to explore it further, they have an opportunity, they can join. So it will be that way, not like a direct selling, which might be something which I might do on an Google AdWords, because there I'm targeting people who are proactively searching for me on Google, right? So it will be more direct, with a direct call to action. You can meet me. Are you somewhere on the way to Sikkim, Neha? Okay, sure. uh, Similar way we can do Siliguri. Great. Yeah, I'll be going from Bagdogra. uh, so what is he saying? I think I missed a question. Yeah, attend Rohit. Yeah, similar way we can do with a blog. Yes, you can. Depends. See, I can't give a general example for a blog, because blog is a very wide thing. So depending upon what blog you have, you can think of things how to promote it. Okay. For example, I do quite a bit of programs traveling. Okay. So from tomorrow 4 days, I'm in Goa doing a program where I teach yoga. So I have a blog called Yoga Trails, where I post content specifically about my travels and yoga. So what there, depending upon, if you take a look at the blogs of travel bloggers, what do? Some people approach it from the perspective of, they go to a place, they check out a lot of things around, and they come up with 10 best things to do in this place, right? Then you can promote it that way to. Or some people focus on only offbeat locations. So if somebody is interested in not the touristy kind of places, they can check out those kind of blogs. So in a blog also, you can come up with what is the niche that you want to create for yourself. Yes, create a video or a story, all that thing you can do, right? Okay. So what's the key learning from all these case studies? The key learning is that create content that would either get users to share it, tag it, tag other friends, or comment on it, because these are indicators of engagement. And when people engage with your post, what happens? The visibility, the visibility of your post increases, right? All the case studies that you saw till now, do you feel that if you came across them on your social media timeline, you might share it or like it or comment on it? No. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so I think majority is inclined towards sharing or not sharing, depending upon what you connect to. If you are somebody who might have connected to Zomato more, you might share it with few. But if you are not a foodie, you might not do it. You may have like Practo better. So if that connected with you, so I'm not expecting all of you to say that, okay, I will share all of that case studies. No, but at least some element of one or two might have connected to you, right? So that those things you might have shared. So that's exactly the point also, because like how this group is diverse, same way your audience who might be interested in connecting to good quality doctors, or who might be interested in good food and restaurants, might also have a diverse taste. Some might like witty and humorous content, some might like educative content, some might like content which are well presented with good animation and things like that. So from a marketer's point of view, I have to make sure that the content I create has that diversity, so that it can cater to the specific tastes of a diverse group as much as it can. You can't always satisfy everyone, but still, how can I get more views on my page? Good question. My advice or opinion in this respect would be, if you look at one of the best practices we shared in the last class, views, engagement, all these are the final outcome metrics. If you look at the tree example, remember one tree we showed in the presentation? What was the root of that? Root is content. It all comes back down to creating great content. Why would somebody view your page? That's a question you have to hold for yourself. If I am somebody who is promoting a page related to yoga, yeah, so you can catch up on the recording, Shamshir. I'm just reiterating the main point. If I am having a page on yoga, then why would somebody follow my page? Why would somebody view my post? Because they are interested in that. Not just because they are interested, but also because how I have presented my content is appealing to them. So if Shamshir, you are somebody who likes to follow yoga related videos, and I post only yoga related articles, you might not, though you like yoga, you might not feel inclined to follow my page. You might engage or view more of a post of a different person or a different page which posts more of videos, right? So as a marketer, I have to keep in mind that okay, there are a group of people who might like my or who connect with my product or service, and also I have to think on the lines of how can I diversify my content by creating text, image, video, and even within this, like how we saw in this case, some of them might be witty, some of them might be educative, some of them might be uh, occasional topical, like let's say on International Yoga Day, or something related to let's say World Heart Day, if there is something like that. So I can post things like that, uploading at the right time. That's right, Ruhi. Okay. How do we know what's the best time to post? You will get that answer through the session. We'll be coming to that. Please hold on. If I don't answer, let get back to it. Having said all of these, it's also equally important to avoid what we call as the engagement bait. What is engagement bait? You ask somebody to share something just for the sake of sharing, not because it adds any value to their time. Have you come across such posts where you felt compelled to share? Can anyone give an example where they were feeling so? Who? How many of you were using emails back in early 2000s? Or let's say mid to 2005, 6 time? Do you remember those emails which used to flood the inbox saying, if you don't forward it to 10 people by end of evening, bad luck will come to you, or something bad will happen, or you will get so lucky, you will get some fortune. Many people initially used to share it, right? Now, what is the modern version of that? On WhatsApp, you get some, I don't know, sometimes you get some pictures of gods, sometimes something else saying that for blessings you can share it with 100 people, and then you have all these WhatsApp lists where you forward it to and all that. Yeah, you forward just because of you forward, nothing because it adds any value to your time, right? That is engagement bait. So Facebook acknowledges it. So in 2017 December, they came out with a change in their algorithm where the algorithm tries to learn when people dislike some spammy posts and other things. So the example they are giving here, like this post if you are an Aries. So you can come up with that for every month, no? For October, you can say, okay, like this if you are a Libra or a, okay, all these things you can do. So just because, so there's no option, you just do it. Or so basically algorithm will identify it these days, and it can demote your posts, and it can reduce the visibility of your page. So you need to be careful of that. An example of engagement bait. So what does it say? A picture of a car with some girls, and then share with 10 friends for a chance to win a new convertible. Do you think this qualifies as a engagement bait? If yes, why? If not, why? Okay, why? We do have ads where they create contests, right? Take these easy actions and then you win something. No guarantee. Yeah, but all contests there's no guarantee, right? Because of the winning the convertible. Okay. Gratification. Okay. Even if 10 out of 50 people are looking to buy a car, they will start engaging in the content. That's right. What Rohit said, I mean, all of you are more or less correct. The main thing is you're not required to take any other action, right? It's not about this picture giving you any further information about what is it about that convertible or any value addition on that. It's just that it's like a lottery, right? You just share and you have a chance to win. So it doesn't even say whether the friend, I mean, you don't really have to, you can just tag 10 people and share it. It will end up being a spam. So that's why it's an engagement bait. Okay. Now, we will look at tools for content creation. We will be discussing two tools today. One with respect to creating a poster and another with respect to creating a video. So that will be what we'll be doing at around 1 o'clock that time. So this slide I'm skipping now. I'll take both together at that time. So have you heard of these tools or come across these tools? Canva, Snapper, Adobe Spark, Stencil, Trello, Bifunky, any of these familiar? How many of you have used any of these tools? If any renowned brand is sharing, then it is not a bait. No, it has to have some more details. So when we go into the next slide, the week two presentation, Nikhil, we'll also look at some contests, okay? Some legitimate contests that brands have done. So maybe you will get a better clarity. Canva. Okay, you guys have completed Canva in the first assignment, some of them. All of you have used Canva? Yes? Okay, some of you have not. So I think maybe because of the order in which you have okay, so those of you who have not completed the first assignment may not have completed it. I'll quickly take you through that at the end. So if those of you who have used, if you have any doubts, we could clarify. With respect to video, we'll be looking at how to use Adobe Spark. Okay, it's a very simple tool, but very nice. So we'll be creating a video using that. Using a story that, so all of you will get to become the storytellers today. You can create a story and we'll be creating a video. Okay. So these are some of the tools for creating videos. Some of these are freemium. What do you mean by freemium? They allow you to use the tool for free for some extent, but if you wish to use all the features of this tool, you will have to subscribe to a premium plan where you have to pay a monthly fee. The paid tools, we won't be able to look at it right now because of course they are paid and I don't have subscription for those, but these are FYI. So if you wish to experiment with more videos and other things, you could consider them. Okay. So Canva will come back to it at the time of around post break. Okay. So yeah, so this is a summary of the things. We looked at why should marketers, as aspiring marketers or marketers, we should care about social media, and we looked at the different terminologies of Facebook marketing. We looked at the Facebook newsfeed algorithm. We also looked at the organic reach on Facebook and why it's declining over time. Then we also looked at the psychology of social sharing, remember? And we looked at some case studies of different brands, how they have created content in line with the best practices that we shared just now. And we'll be looking at the tools towards the end of the session. Okay. Now, coming to the, so we are going to delve a little bit more deeper into Facebook marketing this week. And what are we going to do? Can you go back to the first slide? First slide of the previous slide. Which slide, Tejasri? I didn't understand. Oh, what you have learned. Okay, let me just go back. Okay, close the presentation. 1 minute. Let me just open it. Will we be discussing in detail on the algorithm used by Facebook? I thought we discussed last week, no? Do you have any doubts about that, Ruhi? please go back to the recording and let me know if you have any doubts regarding that. Uh, about what, Neha? Okay. So let's do one thing. Let me go on with this week's topic, and towards the end, if we have time, we can do it today, or you can check out the recording. Will that be fine? Otherwise, for others, it might sound repetitive. Yeah, okay. In a minute, I can summarize. Basically, Facebook algorithm helps you see content that it believes you want to see. So the algorithm keeps learning what a user likes based on their engagement, based on who is posting the content, based on your past user behavior with respect to different people, which is the reason why even if I and you are having the same list of friends, we will see totally different or a very different timeline or a news feed on Facebook when we log in. I may have 700 friends on Facebook, but I will keep seeing only content from a subset of that more often. Very rarely, or sometimes I may not see content being posted by some others. Okay, Ruhi is saying my voice is disconnecting. Is my voice having some issue for others? Are you guys experiencing any problem? Okay. So Ruhi, it looks like it's a localized issue. Others are not facing any issue. Okay. Just try to log in, maybe disconnect and reconnect with your broadband. It might help. Okay. So for more on that, Neha, please go back to the recording on algorithm. Tejasri, can you share the Facebook marketing terminologies? Marketing terminologies quite simple. Facebook profile is for your personal use. Facebook page for your business purpose. You can create a Facebook group if you want people who associate with your brand to interact and post in a more discussion or for more collaborative space. Then when you post something, when people see it, it's recorded as an impression, number of views of the post. Number of people who are reached by your post, we call that metric. What do we call that? Unique users who see your post, reach. Correct. Now, when a person sees your post and they click on it, it's recorded as a click. Right? Then what else is there? What else? Engagement. Engagement is when somebody sees your post and they take an action on it. What are the actions possible? A click, a like, any of those reactions, a share, a comment. All of these will come under the purview of what is categorized as an engagement. Okay. Then people have the option of giving a positive or a negative feedback on your post or a content. Positive feedback will include whatever we said now. Negative feedback would include disliking a post, unfollowing a page, reporting something as inappropriate, offensive, all these things, or hiding. Yeah, all these are negative. The combination of all the positive and negative feedbacks on a post will determine something called as a relevance score. So the algorithm calculates the relevance score, and accordingly it affects the visibility of your post, how many people will continue to see it, or the future posts. Is that clear? So this is what we covered. I hope this is fine. Who was asking about this slide? Tejasri, is this fine? Relevance score. So we don't get to know what is the actual relevance score. That we don't know. But based on the combination of your positive and negative feedback on your post, it affects your visibility of the post. you don't get to know what is, like for example in AdWords there is a metric called quality score. You have a column where you can actually see the quality score. That's not the case here. Okay, all right. So let's take a deeper look at the Facebook marketing. So this would be more uh, helpful if you had completed your week 1 assignment, but even otherwise it's fine. uh, so we are going to look at Facebook pages in detail today. What are the features? How many of you have a Facebook page as of now, post assignment? What you prefer to get more reach for page? Content. Create great content. People will, you will get a more reach for the page. Okay, you can also promote it by paying. Neha, Tejasri, Vanita, Kunva, Nikhil, Nehal. Okay, great. So we'll have you all explored the page's features in detail or just created the page? Have you added a profile picture, cover picture, filled up the about page, all that in detail? Okay, right. We'll also look at video and why video is important on Facebook, some of the best practices for Facebook video content, and tool, which is Adobe Spark. We'll also take a look at the feature called Facebook Live and something called 360-degree pictures and videos, which you can use on Facebook. We'll also take a look at the concept of a messenger chatbot, okay, and how they can be used for marketing, and a brief outline of Facebook ad platform. We won't go into the ad platform, so just giving you a heads up on that. You will be scheduled for a separate session, for 2 sessions actually, where you'll be taken through in detail about how to create a Facebook marketing campaign on the paid platform. Okay, but I'll give you an outline of that. Then we'll look at the do's and don'ts of you need to know that in detail. Yes, so that's why there will be a separate session scheduled for it. Otherwise we won't have enough time to cover it. That's why it's separately covered. Then we will have a look at Facebook Business Manager. Has anyone of you created a Facebook Business Manager account anytime? So we will take a look at that. This is especially helpful when you have multiple Facebook pages to manage. So it's a centralized platform from where you can do that. We'll take a look at that also. Okay, so first we'll start with Facebook page and Facebook Insight. Let's go to the live demo. So I'm going to take you through my page to make it simple. Excuse me. So first, to just give you an outline of the Facebook page, I'm sure all of you know we took it last time also. So this is the admin view of the page. Since I created the page, you have a profile picture, which is usually the business logo in most cases that you do. For the cover picture, more often you update the cover picture with any event or main update you wish to share with your followers. What else is there? You will have a side section where you can see an overview of the number of people who follow your page, who like your page, and other things. Okay, and you have a section where you can have people writing reviews. So one important thing, the reviews, you notice over here, earlier it used to be a option where people could write reviews by giving a star rating. There used to be a 5-star rating system. That's why it shows 5.0. Now it doesn't have that. Okay, about couple of months back, Facebook changed the review system to make it recommendation. So now what you see for new pages is people who visit the page will see an option to recommend a page. Do you notice that on your page? So let me just go back to the user view page. So view page as a visitor. So you see this recommendations and review. If I say yes, it will give me a pop-up where I can write a descriptive comment. That will become part of the. So if I say see all, so the earlier ones, which were people sharing uh, by giving rating, is now not visible for me. I don't know if you guys can change it. Sorry, if you guys can read it, because some people say they can. As an admin, I'm not able to. So maybe you can check it out here. Are you able to see when you click on this any of the past reviews? Okay, so others are able to see. As an admin, I'm not able to see right now. So maybe some technical glitch at their end. But now what you have is you don't have the option for people to give a rating. People can just share. If they recommend, they can write something. Then you can put services. Okay, you can do that. You can add events. Okay, then what else can you do? You can post, you can give photos, videos, other things. Okay, all of you know that, so I'm not going to detail. Now the important thing here, let me go back to my view. You see this okay, let me just go back. So one of you asked, how do you promote your page for more reach, right? You see this promote button over here. I can add some amount and promote the page through paid means. So if I click on promote, it will give me options. Do you want to promote a post, an event, or promote the book now button, the call to action button for your page? Promote the send message button, meaning you will start getting, if you have liked my page or you're part of my targeting group, you will see a message, send message option coming up in your uh, timeline. So all these things can get you promote your page for more impressions and reach. Okay, somebody is mentioning that they can't hear me. I can't see your name. Who is this? Can others hear me? I think somebody joined now. They're not able to hear. Okay, got it. So these are basically things. So if I say, okay, I want to promote my page, it will ask me, do I want to use a single image, or I want to use a slideshow of different images, or I want to use a video. Okay, if I say single image, it will first take my cover pic. I can always change it. I can use maybe some other free stock images that are available. These are copyright free images. Okay, so I can use any of these if I want. And then I can write a descriptive line. I can define who should see this ad. and I can choose how much I want to spend on a daily basis, all these things. I have to enter my credit card details, other things, and click on promote. So this will show up in this manner on the mobile newsfeed. On desktop, it will show up like this. On the right hand side column of people's newsfeed, it will show up like this. Is this clear? You will see this in more detail when you are scheduled for the paid marketing session. I'm just telling you because you see this button over here. Okay. Now, if you can go to the settings page of this page, has anyone explored the settings page of the Facebook page? Okay. You do have an analytics which is called Facebook Insights. We'll look at that also. Okay. So I have a request. One of you have not updated your name. I think you joined late. The one who was asking, you can't hear me. Can you please tell me your name or update it? Ah, okay, it's Rohit. So your name changed from attendee 6 to, okay, now it's blank. Okay, you can update your name. Do you see an attendee column, Rohit, over there on the GoToMeeting panel? There, right next to you, that you see a V kind of a drop where you can click. It will open a window where it will give you the option to rename or give and edit the name, edit your name and email. Okay. Does it make sense to create different pages under one account or different accounts with different accounts with? You mean like you have a personal Facebook profile, Ruhi, and you create a page. Okay, that's fine, Rohit. Leave it. Okay. You can create multiple pages using your profile, but if you have multiple pages, it's better you dissociate the page with your profile, which is why the business manager account comes into play. So when we discuss that, you will understand how to do it. Otherwise, it will become very cumbersome. Okay, so that's what I just said, Tejasri. There is an option. Okay, so if I drop down here, you see business manager. So my Yogashala page, though I created it with my Facebook profile, now it is independent of it. Okay. Yeah, so let's just quickly go through this settings page. The general settings page shows you what is the status of your page. First, page published. If you want the page to remain unpublished, which means others can't see the page for now, but it still exists. So very often people may be a little hesitant to have the page if it doesn't have good content. So if you are having a very new page, you don't want people to see it right now, you can keep it unpublished, but you can still post. Only you will see. Once you feel that okay, this page has some great content, make it published so that others can see. That's also an option. Ruhi, I will come back to that when I discuss business manager. Otherwise we'll go on that tangent. Okay. Visitor posts. You can decide whether you want visitors to post on your page. Okay. If you don't want, if you want it to be all one-way communication, you can disable post by other people on your page. You know, there is an option to post stories, content which exists for only 24 hours. If you want to enable it, you can do that. Okay. Then audience optimization. This means if you want to restrict the audience for your post, okay, you can check this. So then what will happen is the algorithm will try to determine, okay, who is the possible target audience for your page, and it will try to narrow down your posts reaches, I mean the reach of your posts on that page to people whom the algorithm determines might be interested in your content. So I have not done that. If you want people to message you privately on the page, you can have that option enabled or disabled. you can enable or disable people from tagging you or your page. Okay, can we do it for individual posts, meaning some posts make it visible, some don't? No, this is at the page level, not for individual post. Okay, now audience tagging, you can, so basically you can control whether who can tag you on the posts and who can tag your page. So if I don't want anyone else to create a tag for Yogashala on their post, I can disallow it here. Page location. So because this is a physical place, this particular business page, it's not fully a service. I have an option to allow people to use the Yogashala as a location for frames. You know, frames. People, you might be using a frame if they're, let's say somebody is watching a football World Cup. You along with your Facebook profile, you will have different frames that are available which you can adopt. So for New Year, you might have something where there will be some particular type of graphics. For Christmas, you might see the same picture that somebody might be having with maybe a Christmas tree or a Santa by the side. For Diwali, there might some of these frames Facebook itself promotes. You can use it for your profile pictures, right? Nobody has noticed that? Frames for your profile picture? Yes, Nikhil? Haven't seen? Just try out. You can, if you, when you click on edit for your profile picture, you will be able to see. So there are, so you can also allow whether your, if your business is a physical location, whether people have to uh, just back miss the previous talk. Okay, how long did you miss, Neha? I was just talking about the settings of the Facebook page. Okay, I was just saying that you can control who can post on your page, who can tag you on the page, and if you are a physical location, you can also allow people to use your location as a frame for your, for their profile. Then country and age restriction. If you don't want your page to be visible on for certain countries, you can exclude them. Okay, or if you have a page where you feel the content is not suitable for all ages, you can choose, if I say people 21 and over, it means people, any user whose age is below 21 as per Facebook profile won't be able to see your page. Okay, page moderation. If you want to moderate people's comments, so let's say you want to avoid some unparliamentary words being used on your page, you can manually type it out over here. Okay, so that you can block those specific words from being used by users on your page. If you want to automate that process, there is a profanity filter which you can activate for medium and strong. There are two levels, so you can choose which you want. But if you feel that is very vague, you want specific words to be blocked, you can use the page moderation option. Anybody tried this? No. Very useful for news websites these days because a lot of trolling happens on those posts, right? Especially if it's political. Then similar page session. Have you seen this thing about you like some page and then when you navigate Facebook, you start seeing on that right hand side column, you might like this page. Facebook will prompt you to like certain pages. That's because, so if you happen to like a yoga related page and if you happen to see my page showing up as a page you might like, it will be because I have checked this box where it says include Yogashala when recommending similar pages that people might like on a page timeline. Okay, now page updates. So there are certain critical information about businesses. If you know, if you have created the page for yourself after the last assignment, you would have noticed you have to update your about section, contact details, website. These kind of, these are very crucial for a business, right? Now if you check this option whenever you make an edit to such details, so let's say today I go back to my page, I edit my contact phone number or email or address, what happens? Automatically when I save that information, it will create a post on the page timeline saying Yogashala updated their address or updated their email id or phone number or a contact number. So I don't have to specifically post it to announce it to people. People who are following the page will see that there's an update on the page. Okay. You also see lot of native language posts these days, Hindi, Telugu, or some other languages. Especially a lot of European pages use, people comment and make posts using Spanish or French, and sometimes you see these posts automatically translated into English, or sometimes you see an option translate this. Have you noticed? So if I check this box and I make a post in Tamil or Hindi, for example, it will allow people to post in multiple languages. And in the next section, if I check this, it will, the system algorithm will automatically translate a different language into English for others to view. All these settings are only for Facebook page. Yes, that's right, not for personal account. Okay, I mean most of these. On your personal timeline also you can disallow people from posting, right? There are certain people who do that. Shamshir, for the last 15 minutes, I cannot see anything on my screen. Okay, I hope others can see. Are you able to? You are not responding. Okay, did you post it on this group chat, Shamshir, that you can't see my screen? I'm just scrolling up. Wait, just don't ping. 1 second, I'm just scrolling up. The last ping that I can see on my timeline from you is I need to know that in detail at 11:26. I don't see any chat from you after that. What you prefer to get more reach for the page? That message, and I need to know that in more detail. So this is the first time I'm seeing that message that you can't see my screen, Shamshir. Okay. Now, if you can't see the screen, it's a localized issue. Try to log out and log in. Missed by link from my end. I didn't understand. Anyway, so can you see the screen now, Shamshir? Repeat from the beginning the entire page. We won't have time for that, Shamshir, sorry. But what I was saying was not anything you had to really see on the screen to understand till now. I was just sharing that you have settings on the Facebook page settings which can help you control what people can post, what people can see. If you want, you can put restrictions for moderation for the age, all these things. If you want to moderate specific words, there is option for that, right? If you have, so none of this requires you to see the screen actually speaking. Okay, whatever I was saying, if you are able to listen to me, you should be able to understand. Okay. uh, Comment ranking. So have you noticed that sometimes when you look at a post with a lot of comments, do you always see that, let's say there's a post with 10 comments. Okay, if there are 10 comments in a post, do you see the latest comment first or a comment with maximum sub comments or engagements or likes? What do you see? Okay, so that you can make an edit here. If I check this box, see the most relevant comments by default. Relevant here means a comment which has been more descriptive, where others may have replied to, or there have been reactions to that comment, it makes it a relevant comment. So those kind of comments will show up on top. If I don't check this box, the system will just show the latest comment first when it ranks the comment. Okay. All right. You can also download all the content of your page to your system if you wish to, like how you can do for your Facebook profile. Now, next option is very important. If you are a business who may have inadvertently created pages before, and now you have a proper page and you want to promote this as your actual legitimate page. So I had once worked with a company, a pretty big educational institution, who had hundreds of coaching centers across Telangana and Andhra. Now, each individual coaching center is independent by itself with respect to most of the admin matters, and somebody or the other in that institute had created Facebook Google listings. Sorry, not Facebook page, but Google listings in their case. You know, Google business listings. Now, when I came on board, I had to consolidate and see make it more streamlined, because the pages were not really listings were not really having all the data. Some of the contact numbers were outdated. So it was a humongous effort to first identify which of these centers actually had a page or a listing. This can happen with Facebook page also. Think of a big brand like Cafe Coffee Day or a Starbucks, where you have multiple outlets in different cities. Each city can create a page, the admin, right? Now, if it is not well managed and somebody hires an agency to manage it for them, or a consultant, and you start working on it, you suddenly find, okay, there are duplicate pages. So when duplicate page exists, what happens? What is the challenge? Even when you create good content, people can get confused. They might end up following the page which is outdated. They may not have a good experience. So it's important you merge duplicate pages. So if you have duplicate pages, you can click on this option, merge duplicate page. You need to confirm your password and other things, and then you have to give the URL of the other page so that it can verify that it's the same person who created both and merge the page. Is this clear? You also have the option to delete the page, and this is a new option, live commentary. Basically, you can host a watch party. Why merge? Because Disha, imagine you have a business. Somebody who was in your company created a page for your business long back, which was never updated. Now you have hired a social media consultant who has gone ahead and created a new page without knowing this. Okay. Now you came to know that, okay, there exist two pages for your same business. One created long back by somebody, which is never updated. Now it has few followers and few likes, but you want to start focusing on the new page, because as we told earlier, why not delete the old page? That is one option. But sometimes what happens, when a previous page existed for a long time and there is a considerable number of likes or followers for that page, it becomes difficult to tell people, okay, now you follow this page, from now onwards I will be posting only here, right? It's better to merge that with the new page. Am I making myself clear? If it's a completely redundant page which nobody knew about, yeah, makes sense, just go ahead and delete it. But if it was a page where people were already following, some people were there, but then it was not up to the mark, the content, and you want to start anew, okay, you can merge the page. If you have multiple pages under one account for the same business, for same service. Yes, that's right, Ruhi. That's right, Vikas. Okay. um, how many of you follow live videos on Facebook? If somebody is hosting, uh, somebody is doing a live sometimes. Now, off late, you have an option there to see, to invite other friends to watch the video along with you. Have you seen that option? They call it watch party, Facebook. Yeah. So here, I just made a watch party yesterday, handmade scrapbook. Very nice. If we merge the content of the Yeah, so it will become a single page basically. So this option exists here because very often, especially when companies had somebody managing a page once upon a time, very often, and somebody new comes in, they end up creating a new one. That also accrues some likes and follow, and then you come across the fact that okay, there exists two pages for us. It becomes difficult to just delete one and ask people to move on to another. So better options combine both. Can I also merge a page with different names? That will be difficult. See here, basically, why it is the need to merge a page? Because to avoid confusion, right? If it's a different page name, then maybe the process will be even more difficult because you have to convince the Facebook that okay, though the name is different, it's the same. I know this from a friend. She's an actress, okay, in Telugu industry. She was my what is a client. Now she faced an issue where an agency was managing her page. Now somebody, the contract ended with the agency, but for because she was not well versed with how to go about these things, did not insist on transferring the admin rights to herself. So agency had the right. Now what happened? Somebody hacked that account, changed the name. So the same page, different name, all the followers, likes, everything, thousands, I mean about 50,000 got for somebody else. Okay. Now when they approached the agency, they wanted to get paid again to revert this or hand over the admin rights or whatever. She ended up creating a new page for herself. Now there are two pages. Meanwhile, parallelly, the Facebook complaint was going on. So the page name got reinstated, but there's now two pages for the same personality. Now what happened? The second page is having considerably less followers because the other thing was built over many years. Now, luckily for her, the issue got resolved when the police and all intervened. So the Facebook transferred the account to her. But let's say it took longer time and the new page started accruing more likes and followers. A easier thing for her to do would have been to merge the two pages. Are you getting the context clear here, Manita? So if the name is different, it becomes more complicated and difficult. That's all I have to say. Is it possible if I get a two pages for different brands, but I merge both of them to two pages for two different merge both of? No, that won't be possible. This is given for a specific reason. Duplicate page means same product, same service, whatever, or same personality, but and for some reason you end up creating two pages. Okay, right. So if you want to host a watch party and you don't want people to comment, turn this on. Okay, that's it. Clear? Rest of it is quite self-explanatory. Messaging means if you want to allow people to message you on your page, you can use this option. So if you go to certain pages, you see most pages these days, you see a chat window pop up automatically even before you do anything. Have you noticed that? That's because people have turned on instant messaging over here. You see, turn on, and then you can customize this messaging. So let's say if somebody visits my page and they write in the chat window, hi, I have a question, the page picks up my name. So I have chosen here to use the first name. So it picks up the first name of the person who messaged and say, thanks for messaging. We'll be as responsive as possible. If I want, I can edit this here so that it's a better user experience. Can somebody else merge a page? No, only if you are the admin of the page. Is this clear? Similarly, you can turn on reminders for your people. You may have noticed this. If you said you are interested or you're going for some event on a Facebook page, some 1 hour 2 hour before the event, you get some notification on your Facebook saying you have an event coming up today at this time at this place, right? That's because that page may have turned on this appointment messaging reminder. Okay, page info is just about your contact details and other things. Template is Every page you create has a default template applied to it. So if you chose a service at the time of creation of page, it will have a service template. Now, if I click on edit, these are the different templates I can choose from. If I'm offering a service, there's a service template. There's a template for a business, template for venue, template for non-profit, politicians, restaurants and cafes, shopping, video page, standard template. Now, what does these templates mean? So if I select service template, view details, it just shows me what is the overall format of your Facebook page. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Okay, sorry. Uh, on the page that I showed you for Yogashala, there are certain things on the left hand panel, right? Events, reviews. That is what these tabs are. For a services template, the tabs that are available for you are the home page, what services you offer, reviews, shop. So if you're selling something, some offers, like let's say I'm having a offer for Holi or an offer for New Year. I can create offers, photos, videos, posts, all these things. Jobs, if I'm hiring somebody, I can create a job listing. Okay. Now tell me, when you go and look at my page, do you see all of these tabs on the left hand side? Do you see jobs option? But I have a service template. Why am I not seeing it? Because though this is the current template I'm using, at any point I can change the tabs. So if I want to, let's say, turn off reviews, I don't want anybody to share a recommendation or a review for my page. What can I do? I can simply turn this off. Okay. Services. If I don't want to show what services I'm offering, I can turn this off. But can I turn off post? I can't. So there are certain elements of this template which are must, mandatory. I can't change, like the post. You have to have a post on your page. But reviews, services, these things are optional. You can. So for example, I removed the tab for jobs because that is not relevant for me. I'm not hiring anybody now. But if I am, let's say I'm going to start a new class at a new place and I want more trainers to be on board. I'm hiring somebody. I can say jobs, add a tab, and it will be there. Okay. But if I don't want it, I simply turn it off and save. So it goes away from there. Got it? So you, depending upon what you want, you can specifically change these tabs at any time. Is that clear? All right. Do you guys want to take a break? It's 12 o'clock, 1.5 hours. A 10-minute break. Is that fine? Or 15? Okay. We are divided. Okay. We'll go for a 15-minute break. Okay. It's 12 o'clock here, 12:15. Let's come back. I know some of you are not in India. So 12 noon Indian time, 15 minutes break. Uh, yes, Shamshir, what are you typing? I see. Can you please? What were you asking? Refer which I miss. I didn't understand. What's the question, Shamshir? Are you asking me to repeat what you missed when the video was off? the you were not able to see my screen? Were you able to listen to me at that time, Shamshir? Because 15 minutes of lecture is difficult to repeat. If you are able to listen to it, you should be able to understand. I was explaining the first half of this general settings page. Okay, so these are self-explanatory. Whether you should allow people to view your post, whether you should allow people to share your posts, whether you want your posts to be restricted to a particular age or country. These were the settings. You can turn it yes or no here when you click on the edit option. That's what I was explaining. Okay, so what I would recommend is just go through this during the break time. If you have any doubt about any specific option here, just tell me after the break is over. I can explain, or you can also go back to the recording at the end and check. Okay, but explaining entire 15 minutes will be difficult. So please go through it during break time and tell me which option you are finding it difficult. Difference between the share and engagement. Where is it? You are asking the meaning of the difference between the terms share and engagement. Can you unmute and tell me? I'm not able to understand the question. Also, we are running into the break time. Can I come back and take the question, please? Because I am speaking, I need a break. Okay, thank you. Have you finished watching the video? You don't have to watch the entire video. You can just come back. So what are the tools for creating 360-degree images and videos? Some phones have it, like the latest Google Pixel phone has that option. Some phones without this functionality, what you could do is you can download a app called Google Street View app. Have you heard about Street View app of Google? You can look up in Play Store and download it. What you can do with that app is, I can't show you the demo, but just let's say you want a 360-degree picture of a place. You stand at one point, take 4 or 5 pictures turning around to the same point. Open the app. You have an option to merge the pictures. So you can select which all pictures you want to stitch together, and that will create a 360-degree image. So you can do that. Or certain other cameras like Samsung Gear 360, they offer this functionality. When it comes to videos, any cameras like the GoPro camera, they have the option for a wide angle lens that can help you capture 360-degree videos easily, because the camera by itself at a point captures more than 180-degree around that length, that kind of an angle. Okay. Now we come to the tools. So I told you Canva and Adobe Spark we will be looking at. So let us look at Adobe Spark first. Okay. So this is about, if you go to spark.adobe.com, that's the URL. If you go there, it will first ask you to sign in if you have an account, or sign up with your Google account. Once you log into the account, you'll be taken to a page like this. Want to ask, 360 videos and images take time to load? Yeah, it can if your bandwidth is not great, but at the same time it also has a added advantage of being more catchy. So it's a decision you have to take comparing both. So if you feel that you are in a space where your potential customers may have a high bandwidth, you could use that, or have two non 360-degree video or image plus same as a 2D image. I mean, not a 360-degree image. Okay, so guys, quickly, you have to create a story now. Okay, we are going to create a video. So in Adobe Spark, once you log in, you reach this page. For you, most of it, this will be blank. These are my previous ones, which previous batches made. Okay, so let's see what you are going to create. Click on this plus sign and it will ask you, what do you want to create? So this can be used to create postures and other things also. But today we are going to look at how to create a video. So you scroll down. After all the templates, you have an option to select whether you want to create a graphic, which is a poster, create a web page, or create a video. If you select create a video, now have you played this game as a kid? You sit in a circle and one person will say one line, other person will say a second line. At the end of it, you have a story. So somebody can say, once upon a time there was a king, the other will say, and not a memory game. Memory game will be something like, okay, I say, who is sitting next to you? Okay, Neha. Second person will say Neha and Ruhi. Then they'll say Neha, Ruhi, and Shubham. It's not like that. This is about building a story. Each person can contribute a line. Okay. So I'm not waiting for everyone to contribute, but whoever goes first, I'll take that. So anybody, what story do you want to create? Tell us the idea or a title, but what do you want to? In my farmhouse. Okay. The idea is about in my farmhouse. Let's see what comes up next. Now you have to pick a story template. This offers a template to promote an idea, tell about some incident that happened, about some challenge somebody overcame, a hero's journey, or to tell about something that is important for you and why it should matter to other people. You can even create a video about a course, something that you're teaching, or an invitation about some event that is happening, or make up your own. Okay, so what do you think fits this story template? In my farmhouse, tell what happened. Okay, I'll pick that. Let's wait. Okay, so this is what you get when you start creating the video. Basically, you have a panel where you can create stuff. If you want to give a voiceover for something, you can press down this microphone button, mic button, and record your voice for voiceover. You see the slides. The default slides are this for tell what happened. First is starting with who. Who means every story starts with some hero or something, right? So what do you want to add over here? Describe who or what your story will follow. So create a character, quick. What are you going to say? I was with my friends. So Ruhi, do you want to use your name or you want to create a character? Okay, let's say Ruhi was with her friends. So I can add a text or an image. If I add a text, basically, so I will put, okay, we gave a title. What are we following? Now, since already Neha said it's in the farmhouse, I'm just typing it out. Okay, fine. What you see over here, slide transition time. So if I want it to be for 5 seconds, I can change it 5 seconds. Then the next slide will come. Show the backdrop or setting for what happened. So the backdrop is a farmhouse. Let's see if I can find a photo. I can either upload a photo or I can find free photo. If I have Google Photos, I can choose from there. I'm going for free photo. Let's see if I can find a farmhouse photo. Okay, let's see. I can use that. Do you want to add some text to this? Give some content. What context for the farmhouse? Give a name for the farmhouse. Something. I think everybody is hungry. No ideas coming up. I will write. Okay. I went with bunny house, which came first. Now, when I type something like this, this can show up over here, or I can split the screen. So then what will happen? You see this? The picture gets pushed to one side, other half will have the, or it can be the form of a title and text, or it can be the form of a caption. So let me go for split screen here. Then this happened. What happened? Now the story starts. You have to find 3 events for the next 3 slides. We grew fresh, greeny vegetables of the season. Okay. Let us see if we can find some picture for that. Add a picture. Okay. Then what happened after that? And housed 2 rabbits and okay. Anybody else want to contribute to that? Give some name for the rabbit and duck. Okay. Let's see if I can find an image for that. Okay. Then what happened next? Last one. Okay. Farm sounds good idea for a bonfire night. And then the ants entered. Okay. Some twist. Okay. So let's change this into a split screen maybe. And how did it end? Aftermath. How did things end up? Was there anything? Caretakers and center the career have a lot of other pet friends. Pest affected. Nuclear attack. Some continuity, guys. So rabbit and duck caretakers, ants came into the farm, and then Caretaker drove away. Okay, let me. Nuclear attack happened. Something better. Okay, let's say the rabbits dug a hole and ducks ate the buried the ant. Maybe violent end. Okay, Hemlata was more compassionate. Welcome the ants. Okay, so so typically we treat it as an intruder. Okay, so let's end with my. Okay, so that's how the story ended. Very interesting. Now what happened? So this is your story. Okay, now I'll show you how this plays out. Do you want to watch? Okay, now preview. Let's see. The only question I had is who, where is Ruhi here? We talk of ducks and ants and rabbits. So okay. Anyway, so if you want the link for this, I can share it. Silently watching the animals take. Yeah, you're in an animal farm, Ruhi. Okay. Yeah, and one more slide. You can add Ant-Man as a savior. Yeah, you can improvise, but we don't have time. It's already 1:45. Okay. Mm, but if you want to watch, so you saw that there was a music in the background. You can change the music, customize that part also. All aspect of it can be changed. Okay. So if you look at here, there is a section for music. You can select from any music or add your own music. So see, if I have a retreat and or some program, some event, I have a collage of pictures. I can create a good story like this, no? If I have a video, I can add some video in between that. If I want to add some voiceover at some point, I can do that. If I want to create a video for, let's say, a course that I'm conducting, I can give recording through this video and all that, right? So it's a very versatile tool. Just that if you don't use the premium version, this is the free version. If you don't use the premium, you will have this watermark of Adobe Spark and all that. If you want it all removed, you will have to use the premium version. It can be used for annual reports, a lot of things, right? Product reviews. Yeah. Is this clear? Okay. All right. So I'll do one thing, guys. Canva, I can take up next week when we start the class. Very simple tool, very self-explanatory kind of tool. But still, if you have any doubts, something regarding that, we can do it, clear that when we come back for the session on next Saturday. Will that be fine with everyone? Yes. And as far as this week's assignment is concerned, I'm just going to share you what to do. 1 second. But while I discuss the assignment, can you guys please share the feedback link for today's session? Yeah, that also. I will explain last week's assignment also, so that in case there is anything that you are not clear about, we can clear that part as well. Do we have an assignment we have an assignment related to the Facebook page? I'm going to show you that. So guys, I'm first going with the week 2 assignment, so that whoever is clear with week 1 assignment don't have to hear that again. Week 2 assignment is this. You're going to choose a business case. Okay, the task is about, first you have to complete the quiz, and then creating an effective strategy for building brand awareness for your business. So we are assuming that you have created the page, the FB page, and this is why when somebody asked me today morning, can you use your blog, I said it will become easier if you create a business page, because your week 2 assignment is about that. You have to create a detailed strategy for building a community around your business, which means it includes clearly defining who is your target audience, analyzing your competitors, which is what I said, the pages to watch option, and tracking the using the insight page. Okay, so what will you do? First, you have to choose a business case. What are you trying to promote? Second, outline what is the objective, which is, can you share the link? This is in your LMS. If you log into your LMS, Tejasri, you'll be able to see. Okay. So if I go to step 1, choosing a business case. So download that template that you saw in the earlier page. There are 3 options you have with respect to choosing a business case. Either you can go for a bakery shop in a tier 1 city like Delhi or Bombay, which does not have any website or any other kind of online presence. Okay, and they create nice cupcakes or things like that, but they deliver it over phone call, so you can call them, order them, they will deliver it to you. How will you create a Facebook page and create some kind of marketing content for promoting them? That is one thing you can take up. In this case, if you take it up, what will you do? You will first create a business page, Facebook page, for that kind of category. Or you can create a Facebook page for an online movie ticketing store like Book My Show, for example, which is based in a tier 1 or tier 2 cities. Okay, or you can have a professional training company FB page which offers trainings in technical subjects like Java, website development, C++, all these programming languages, and they offer both online and offline trainings. How will you go about creating a page and promoting the services? If none of these topics connect to you, you could use your own business page. So some of you may have created a page, or if you have created a page with a hypothetical business in mind, you can go ahead with that and create a more details about it. Whatever you're putting as details, just fill up in that template which was there in the previous page. Is this part clear? Any doubt? Can I see a yes if it is clear? No, we have to do it only for one case. These are options. See, pick one of the cases below. So if you don't have any idea, pick one of these 3, or if you have an idea of your own, you can go ahead with that. Okay, can I use my current live business? Of course you can. Okay, now step 2 is, once you have that page in mind, set your objective. Is it to improve brand awareness, get more people to know about it? Is it to get more engagement, clicks or likes and things like that? Is it as a means of customer service? You want to resolve some customer issues using the page? Is it about getting people from the page to your website, generate traffic for your website or blog, or is it to sell something or get leads for something? Define what is the objective. And then, okay, it's the same page. Step 3 will be to list down who will be your potential competitors. So that page is to watch. If you have 100 likes, you have that, you can add it there, or if not, you will have to manually check them. So if you are going ahead with a store like a business idea like Book My Show, a similar idea, your competitor will be Book My Show, your competitor will be other theaters which might be accepting online bookings. So you have to see if they have a Facebook page, if so, how many posts are they doing, what kind of engagement are they getting, all these things. Okay, so you're listing down your competitors, and then what will you do? You will analyze their presence on Facebook. So there are some tools over here which are very self-explanatory, like something called fan page karma. If you hyperlink, it's click on it, it will take you to that page. It's a free tool, you can try it. Just enter the FB page. It will give you some data about the pages. Okay, if you have any doubt about that, you can come back to me next week and we can discuss. Likealizer to analyze the likes of the page, all these things. Okay, so once you've identified the competitors, top 5 competitors, use these tools to analyze their presence. And then step 5, who is your audience, whom are you targeting? Mention this in that template that you downloaded. What age category are you looking at? What genders are you looking at? What geographical locations are you looking at? Or what kind of industries or sectors would they be potentially employed in? For example, if I'm targeting a professional training course audience, so like I'm targeting people who want to learn C++ or wanting to learn Java, web development, the industries or sectors I would be targeting is more engineering related, science related streams, right? Not a humanities or an arts. So that way, what could be their job designations or functions? What could be the socioeconomic strata? All these things. So just write these down. What could be their potential hobbies or interests? How would they behave offline, online? Would they be frequenting some particular types of websites? So make it more and more enriching in terms of who is your target audience. And then outline, sorry, where were we? Come up with content categories. We discussed in detail what are the different potential categories you can use, right? You can make informative content, educational content, witty content, humorous content, emotional content, topical. Decide how can you diversify your content type to suit your product. Come up with ideas for that. Okay, is it clear so far? Once you have done that, decide on what time of the day you want to post and how many times in a week you want to post. Okay, so do you want to post more on Fridays, or so decide on a frequency of posting for the week and timing, what time you would choose to post. Once you have some posts, you will be able to come up with a better sense of this, because Facebook Insights will tell you what time of the day and the week most of your fans are online. And lastly, once you start posting, so which means you have to do it very soon, guys, because part of the assignment is also to measure the performance. So when you start posting regularly, some people will start liking, some will start engaging, and depending upon your objective, these are the metrics you will look out for. If you are looking out for brand awareness, you will look out for metrics like how much reach you are getting, how many new followers or likes you are getting. If you are looking something like a engagement or traffic, you will look at how many people are increased, is the visit to your website increasing. If it's engagement, are there more comments and shares, are there more engagement rate happening? You'll be looking more of that than of reach. Once you completed noting down all these in that template, just choose the file from your laptop, upload it over here and submit it for evaluation. Is the assignment clear? Everyone? Okay, now let's clarify any doubt for your week 1 assignment. Some of you said, no, one of you said there is a doubt. What is it? Week 1 assignment doubt? So Nikhil, you asked whether Adobe Spark is free for lifetime. It's a freemium tool. You can use it for free with limited access to features, or you can opt for a premium version with full access to features. Okay. Now this is the steps in the task for week 1. Who is having doubt about week 1? One of you said there is something you want to clarify. Okay, guys. Also, can others also share your feedback for today's session? I see only 12 feedbacks. We have around 20 participants here. Yes, Shrutika. What is the doubt? How to generate the idea from where to start? Okay. So now that you have not created the page, I'm assuming, think on the lines of what I told you right now. Okay. Take up one of those ideas, the 3 case studies I have shown you. Go ahead and do one of that if you are not getting any idea, or if you have a hypothetical idea of something, like for example, one of my friends, what she did is she created a Facebook page for a healthy ice cream, a random idea. Okay, so this ice cream is something which is very healthy, so you can eat it and be healthy. So it's up to your imagination. If you want, you can create something like that, or take up one of these topics and then do it. The idea behind the assignment is for us to understand that you know how to create a page, you know how to apply the principles of content creation to promote it. Yes, Nikhil. So others, we have completed the session. If you don't have any doubt about assignment completion, you can log out after you submit the feedback. Okay. You can take the ideas. Yeah, you can do that. Because even in week 1, what I told you is create step 1. When you create the page, we are going to build it further on this week 2. So if you don't, I know most people won't have a brand or business of their own. So you can think of something which is hypothetical. Okay. Where will I get this assessment details? Uh, Assessment detail meaning once you submit the assignment, the feedback. Thanks, Prasang. Happy weekend to you too. Shamshir, what is the doubt? I didn't understand. Assessment detail meaning when you submit the assignment, the assessment about the assignment. Is that what you're asking? It will be emailed to you by the training assessment team. What do I have to do for the assessment? You're okay. I think you're meaning assignment, right? The assignment for this week. So I just explained that week 1 and week 2. Do you have any doubt about any particular step, Shamshir? I first explained week 2 assignment. Then I was going through the week 1 for because Shrutika had a doubt. Which step are you finding a challenge? Shrutika, can we also go for some product? Yes, of course, you can do that. So the ice cream example I told you is a product example. Hemlata, in the first introduction session, we were asked to create. Yeah, if you find it easier to unmute, you can unmute and ask. Shamshir, I'm still with your question. Just tell me which step are you finding you want clarity on, because I just explained week one, week two assignments. So guys, I still don't see feedback from most of you guys. Did you get the feedback link? Do you want me to share it again for today's class? Yes, Shamshir, please tell me what is the doubt. Which task are you finding? Which step are you wanting clarity on? Because I just went through step by step, no? So can you unmute and ask me the question so that it is clear? I'm not able to understand from the chat. Shamshir, can you speak? Did you listen when I was saying the week two tasks? Do you have any doubt about any specific steps? In week two, you are required to not letting you unmute. Okay, let me just see. Shrutika, I will be traveling from tomorrow, so I am willing to stay back right now to clarify your doubts regarding assignment. That's why I'm giving you time. So who wants to unmute? Let me see if I can unmute from my side. So I have unmuted Hemlata. Shrutika, can you speak? I think you should be able to unmute yourself, but I have unmuted anyway. So if you have a doubt, you can ask me now. Hemlata, are you able to speak now? I have unmuted you from my side. Okay, if you are clear, that's fine. It's okay. Then please type in the chat, Hemlata. I don't know why it's not working for you. It is unmuted as I check on the GoToMeeting panel. Are you having doubt about any specific step over here? Task for week two. You can just mention the step number. I can check and clarify. Hemlata, are you typing anything? Okay, guys. So, in case there is any technical issue by which you are not able to type into the chat, please make use of the LMS forum in the DTVidya website. You could post the doubt there while doing the assignment. If you're having coming across any issue, we can take a look at that. We were asked to create a blog and a website. When will we use them? So you could use that here also. That's what I was saying in the session now. If you feel that the blog that you have created, for example, I have had students who created a blog on cooking recipe. Okay. So let's say you have created a blog on a cooking blog where you post recipes about different dishes. It's a good option to use the same blog or website for this purpose, for this assignment's purpose. Yeah. You can create a Facebook page for that cooking recipe. There are many popular pages like that, right? Start creating content, images or other things for the cooking recipe that you're posting and promote it. You can so you can come up with witty stuff, you can come up with other things like what Zomato does. You can have a goal of promoting the blog's brand awareness. You can have a goal of having more people visit the blog through the posts that you're creating. You can as well do that. The issue is some people create a blog for, let's say, something that they are thinking, some thoughts. You create a personal blog, no, to post about their life experience, things like that. If that is the nature of your blog, it becomes difficult to use it for a business purpose. So if you feel that the blog or website you have created as part of that assignment is suitable for this kind of a promotion, by all means you can use it, no issues. Okay, all right, thank you guys. Okay, Shrutika, you're able to talk.
Hello, yeah. Sir, is it audible? Sir, am I
Yeah,
audible?
you're audible, you can speak.
Sir, like I'm a fresher, so I don't have any sort of business ideas up till now.
Sorry, so
So
some
I just
background noise,
wanted
I
to,
didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
yeah. Is it audible now? Is
Yeah,
it?
it's audible.
Yeah. Sir, as I'm a fresher, no, so I don't have any sort of business background or any sort of business idea up till now.
Mm-hmm.
So means I just wanted to have the sector that I can choose, I can go for. Is the fashion can be the suitable sector for this? Means if I choose
Yeah,
to go with
definitely,
this sector,
definitely. I have had students
fashion,
who had a
food,
blog on fashion, lifestyle, where
food.
I had a student who used to post about weekly
Mm-hmm.
trends in fashion. So she used to post
Oh,
something about some kind of new, let's say now the summer is starting, so some new summer styles and you can
okay.
make post
Mm-hmm.
about that and then promote that. That's also a good idea. So
Oh,
it's something that you
okay.
like or it's in alignment with your interest. So you can keep posting about that.
Okay, it's totally upon our interest, right? We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to go anything like on professional level that it should be professionally impressive or something like that.
No, no.
We can go upon our interest
You
any
can
sort of
any
product.
sort of way. Just
We can also go for cosmetics and all product
you
related
can you can
things.
you can do that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, guys. So let's wind up. If you don't have any other doubts, Madan, I just wanted to check with you since you joined a little late in the beginning. What's the status of your assignment submission? Have you completed week one assignment? Madan, can you hear me? You have completed the week one? Okay, fine. I was checking the status of everyone. I couldn't check with you because you joined late. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week, same time. Have a good week. Those of you who are finding it difficult to find time for assignments, please try to complete it by next week. Okay. Thank you. Have a good weekend.